This is Out of the Box with your host, Jonathan Clark. Out of the Box, Sunday nights at 9 on Q1043.
Welcome back, Jonathan Clark. We are in the studio with our old friend Ian McCulloch from Echo and the Bunnymen. How are you, man?
I'm good, thanks.
The new album, I'm going to hold it up here. The Stars, the Ocean, and the Moon.
Stars, the Oceans.
Oceans, plural, and the Moon.
Yeah.
Available October 8th, but you can pre-order it now, and some touring going on, too. All the tour dates, bunnymen.com. So, Ian, first of all, thanks for coming by. It's been a while. I think you were with us at the old building a long time ago.
2003.
2003, something like that. You look the same. I don't know what your secret is, but, God bless you.
Water and cauliflower.
Yeah. If I had $1 for every time I played Killing Moon or Silver.
I know, tell me about it, yeah.
On my old station before here, WLIR, I don't know if you remember that station.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and so like I said, if I had $1 for every time I played those songs, I would be a rich man.
Yeah.
But I'm in radio, so I'm not rich. But speaking of those songs, this new album, you and Will Sargent have recorded some of the band's most well-known songs.
Yeah.
Over the decades, but also a couple new ones too. The Somnambulist and How Far, which are both great, perhaps future classics. But I have to say, these new recordings, the old songs, they really sound good.
Great.
I mean, how do you do something like that where you have a version of a song originally recorded, and what's the mindset in going to the new version?
The main reason was I can't listen to a lot of the early stuff, even though I know people think the classics. When I hear my voice, the first 4 or 5 albums, I just think that doesn't sound like
right.
I thought it did. To me, it sounds like a little boy still trying to be.
Well,
David
yeah, I mean,
Bowie,
let's get real. You were much younger at the time,
but not the sound of the voice. That obviously voice
yeah.
is just, it's more the delivery. It doesn't. It sounds like I'm still wanting to be someone else.
Yeah.
Generally, David Bowie. You know?
Right. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
still do. But,
absolutely.
But I just think through knowing the songs, I don't know, to change just incrementally through the years, in the meanings and also of what you're trying, an emotion that you're trying to convey, or
right.
emotions. And
did you want to sort of sweeten up the production too a little bit and make it a little more juicier, or
no, not well. On certain songs, yeah, but I wanted a bit more of a groove to certain songs like Rescue and even Dancing Horses. I played bass on 4 or 5 of the tracks, maybe more. But I just, because I'm not a bass player, I just went for something else that I thought I could hum.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd while we were doing it, and also Jez Wing was really instrumental. He's our keyboard player,
right,
in this, and he got some beats going because at that point our drummer had nearly broken his back. So,
oh boy, yeah.
So, but Jez was a great drum programmer. Oh, is a great. And he could do string lines, whatever, and we just built the songs up.
Yeah, because you got some
different.
Strings on some of these songs that maybe strings didn't exist on originally, right?
I think so, yeah. I mean, all different string lines.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm more cello-based, I think, than a full lush orchestra. I wanted it to be a bit more like Jacques Brel in the sound or the feel of it, or one of those European records more than...
Yeah.
And I think I de-sweetened a few of them, things like Seven Seas and I mean, Killer Moon's a classic. You can play that on spoons.
Right, exactly.
But I wanted it to be... One of the things, and you're the first one I'm going to say to, one of the things I'd have to prepare was for people to say, how could you do the Killer Moon again of all songs? And my answer is because I've been on that moon now for so long that I understand, and it's my moon, so I'll sing it however I want.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then there's always the aspect of, you played that song live so many times, you can't recreate the studio recording live either, you know what I mean? And
and that would be kind of doing a disservice.
Kind of don't want to, right?
And Peter Freitas, who's no longer with us, there's certain songs like Jimbo, which was led by his drumming, tom-toms. I thought, I don't want to recreate that because that's you know, it's disrespectful in a way to his legend, you know. And so I thought we won't have drums on it, and it became a bit more Ennio Morricone.
Yeah,
style,
yeah.
You know? And and things I mean, Ocean Rain, there's things where Will's guitar line, and on Killer Moon in the middle, it's taken over. It's still Will's guitar line, but it's played on cellos and violins or
Right.
a mini orchestra. And it was just, I just wanted, for me, I wanted my voice the way it is now to sing these songs.
Voice sounds great on the new record.
Thank you,
man.
yeah.
Really, really
because
good.
some people have tried to say my voice, it's gone or whatever.
No, I don't think so at all.
I know it hasn't.
Yeah.
And what some of these idiots, usually journalists, or just know-it-alls, one person might see a gig where I've got a cold, and then his voice was, it's like, you try singing those songs on a tour for 6 weeks, and it's not going to affect it every now and then.
Absolutely.
But it was more, because I can't listen to the old songs, I just think, God, it sounds a bit put on, but for me, false, and I don't want to ruin anyone's memory. They can still play them, and I know they sound great, and it wasn't really to do, it was to, I know what the songs are about now more, or what layers they have that weren't there in previous versions. And it's just, I want to do it, and to me, it's not like I'm saying I'm invading anywhere or going to kill someone.
I know, exactly.
It's just some of the hullabaloo about stuff.
I hear you.
And I don't understand. It's like, and then you get accused of taking things too seriously. But it's like the songs, and the other thing about the Killer Moon is like there's so many other people who've done it. Like if anyone can,
oh my God,
have a go at it
so
again.
many covers of that song,
So, and it's a beautiful version. I think I wouldn't swap. The original, it's just so iconic and brilliant, and the sound of it. But for some people, this new version will resonate.
Right,
It's certainly more about a personal, whatever that song means to people.
Right.
It can be more of that thing.
So you have, in addition to these classic songs on here, you also have some new ones. Would that indicate that there might be 10, 12 more songs that might come out on a new album at some point?
Yeah, well, a lot of the stuff, most of it's demoed anyway in some form or other for the next album.
Yeah.
And the plan is to bring that out next year, maybe, hopefully a bit earlier in October.
Oh, okay.
Which sounds like a quick turnaround, but Crocodiles to Heaven Up Here was less than a year, I think, between those two releases. So it's just be nice to get on that kind of wavelength where you go, let's do some more songs and make them as great as we can.
Yeah.
Rather than waiting for, I don't know, it's because all I do is think about songs. If I'm not writing future Bunnymen things, there's some that I'll maybe think they're for me.
Right, yeah.
But I write limericks all the time and funny songs, which I'm not going to sing on air because some of them are kind of quite risky.
One of the songs one of the new songs on the album is Somnambulist. So have you been known to sleepwalk or something?
I was as a kid all the time.
Really?
Yeah. And I had the worst OCD that I've seen people on TV, but I couldn't do anything really. To get out a room took me maybe half an hour just to the things I had to do to kind of then pass through the doorway.
Right, yeah.
Which involved elbows had to go on all the surfaces. Luckily, I couldn't reach the ceiling because that would have had another half an hour on. So it was all of that kind of stuff and things in. A lot of OCD stuff is like Tourette's, definitely linked, where you have to say things in your. For me, it was like a numerical thing, or there was an iambic pentameter I used to have to use. It was always like, if somebody said something, I would be saying it. I'd be thinking it in my head while I'm talking.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was non-stop, and then the sleepwalking thing that happened. It was pretty much every night when I was a kid.
Wow.
And it's just me kind of, I suppose, remembering where it all started. All this, it's probably why I need it. Tourette's and OCD. It's helped if you have there's a numerical or a rhythm thing.
Right, yeah.
I saw a program on it, and there was some fellow who learned how to play drums.
Yeah.
Because he had a real bad stammer, and it helped him to be able to rid himself more or less of the stammer. So it was kind of that. I just thought that's where it did begin, and that's why I loved David Bowie because it was that difference, and it meant I could concentrate on some. And I've only just thought that now. That was probably where I could just relax for an hour listening to Ziggy Stardust or Hunky Dory.
Oh boy,
when
yeah.
I wasn't doing all that stuff. I could
Yeah.
So I think, I think it's all linked, all that kind of stuff, and my love of night.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about Liverpool, but I think it's.
Go on.
I actually.
We're going to win the league, defo this season.
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah.
Do you mean the team or the city?
Oh, I think Well, we got the Red Bulls. I mean, we have the Team USA and everything like. But we didn't even make the World Cup. I mean, it's
no,
just,
but
yeah.
There's a player Pulisic or something. I think his name's Pulisic, and he plays for I think it's Borussia Dortmund or Bayern Munich. And Liverpool. He's only 19 or something.
Oh, I saw him on 60 Minutes. Yeah.
Christian Pu. It's funny.
I forget his name. Yeah, but I think.
Well, he's apparently. I haven't. Really
he's a
seen
phenom. We're hoping he's a phenom, but
he could be the one that takes America. Sometimes it takes one totally star, brilliant player, and he's 19, and he's for the last 2 or 3 years. He's been touted as a great player anyway already. So
evidently that's a good program that he's in Munich, I think, or wherever it is. I forget.
I think it is Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
But Liverpool won him. They've said for years, but it depends. I think Real Madrid are now sniffing after him.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he knows Jurgen Klopp, our manager from Germany. I think he'll know how he works and stuff. But for America, I think him and a couple of others. And all of a sudden you've got, and the fact that I don't know what is he's obviously American, but Pulisic or Pusilic.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's from.
Well, we'll find out.
But that cuts through, we've got Mo Salah, who's from Egypt, and he had an election for president, and he came second.
I heard that.
He wasn't even in, it was just all the country vote for him anyway.
Right, yeah.
So it kicks in, the football especially, just a subcultural thing where people there's something special about football,
right?
Which you call soccer. I hated saying soccer.
Can
I read that?
Oh, I know. Did you? Tell me about the Cavern Club. Was that ever a place for proper bands in the 80s or 90s for gigs, or was it always a touristy place?
Well, I don't want to kind of disrespect any of the bands that weren't proper. But
well, you know what I mean.
It was more
though,
like Beatles tributes and stuff.
Okay.
But it has been used a few times by things like, I don't know, say a lager company where they've had. We played it once.
I was going to ask you, did you play there?
We did, yeah. It was great, but it did feel a bit weird,
Right, yeah.
Even though it was us not doing Beatles songs, it felt, because it's a rebuilt Cavern anyway. It's
yes.
But it was. I remember thinking the show was great, but it is basically, it's part. It's like, I don't know.
It's like Beatles real estate or something.
Yeah, or recreating.
Well, Paul McCartney
CBGBs.
played there last night. Evidently, he played there. He played like
Somebody
26 songs, and he chastised the crowd for holding up their cell phones.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I think it was 20 Flight Rock they were playing.
Good for him, because I think that's Paul McCartney, and you're watching him through a phone.
Right, I know. Please don't get me started on that.
Anyone, it's just disrespectful. It's like, and they wouldn't be filmed. It's like filming them on the toilet or something. It's an invasion of.
Yeah.
So I just think it's like that's how it's gone, instead of just appreciating the moment. Paul McCartney, probably the most famous living musician.
In the Cavern Club, playing live last night. So you really don't, you're going to see video all around the world anyway.
Yeah,
so
it's like, I don't get that. It's like, why the hell did you get that ticket?
Yeah.
When somebody else should have just turned up going.
And let it hit them.
Yeah, let it be.
Yeah, let it be. There you go. You've been on the road with the Violent Femmes. How's that going? Having
Fantastic.
fun with them?
It was the last gig Wednesday night.
Yeah.
2 nights ago. That was the last gig of this tour. And we did one with them last year. It's great. We flip-flop. So one night we go on last, then they go on last the following night. And we get on really well.
Those guys are great, man.
To do the tour. Yeah, and they were the only band I could think of that we liked as a band. When their first album came out, we played it to death. On tour buses. And just that sound, it was like a bit Jonathan Richman as well. Is it Richman? Yeah, it's Richman.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Lou Reed in there, like the more songs that Mo Tucker might have sung. You know, it was. We always just liked them, and they were different, and it didn't sound like they were trying to be this big stadium band. They were doing exactly what they wanted.
Exactly. So I have a question. Does it flatter you or annoy you when you see all the bands that have been influenced by you guys, by Echo and the Bunnymen?
If they're good, it's well, I don't know if flattered is. I'm glad, I'm pleased, you know, and I never think, sometimes joke, it's like one of the checks for like 10 million quid coming in that you see. But no, I think it's a good thing. Whoever they are, if you connect and make someone, you know, the Velvet Underground, all their members might have liked us, but without the Velvet Underground, the original 4 members, we wouldn't have sounded or maybe even met. You know, you meet other people with like minds generally, and he was a Velvet Underground fan. Might be 2 people, but there's half a band, you know.
Right, yeah.
And the same, so I'm sure, I mean, Bowie to me was the chief kind of, he was the spark for me, and the flame and the fire, and I'm sure he'd have maybe listened to us. I mean, I did meet him quite a few times. And,
oh, did you really?
Yeah, and he was lovely.
Did you have a good conversation with him?
Yeah, he borrowed. Well, it's not borrowed. He asked for one of my cigarettes because he didn't have any, and it was like one of the greatest pleasures to give David Bowie something back. You know,
right.
And I was looking at where he was going to put the butt, you know, so I could get it and get the DNA off it.
Yeah, right. There you go.
And finally
yeah.
become David Bowie.
Oh, my God. Well, his name is Ian McCulloch. Of course, Echo and the Bunnymen, the new album, The Stars, the Oceans, and the Moon. It's available October 8th, and you can pre-order it right now. I hope you're going to be coming back to New York City.
Yeah, coming back.
Maybe the fall sometime? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to be coming back to do other stuff, but we're playing at New York Town Hall. I'm not sure the exact date.
Right, yeah, it's coming up. It's going to be announced soon, I think.
It's in November, though, I think so. But I can't wait. We've never played there, and it just sounds great. New York Town Hall.
Oh, yeah. Great old theater, too.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, beautiful. Well, Ian, thank you so much, man.
Welcome.
Great to see you again. Keep doing whatever you're doing because you look great. You sound great. Stay healthy. Stay healthy on the road.
Keep doing what I'm doing so I can do carte blanche.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say he shouldn't keep doing what he's doing. I don't know what I have the occasional drink and the occasional cigarette. Now I don't. It's getting harder to smoke anyway, so that's a good thing, you know. Whether I feel the benefit, I don't know, but I know when I have a cigarette now, I think that's not what I really wanted to have. You know, I should have had a cup of water like this here. So the laws are good in that way, but I just think cigarettes are part and parcel of whether it's rock and roll. My dad and mum smoked all the time, so it's. I just think people have too many kind of hang-ups about loads of things. You know, it's like you can't fix everything. You know,
yeah.
And you can't even smoke in open air now. Which, I don't know. They must have like too many laws. There should be a thing where you can stand on away from birds, animals, humans, where you can have a cigarette.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, Ian, thank you so much for stopping by, and please come back next time you're in New York City.
Definitely, I'd love to.
This is Out of the Box with your host, Jonathan Clark. Out of the Box, Sunday nights at 9 on Q1043.